Andrea Jenkins, owner of Jazzy Paws by Andrea, located in Atlanta, Georgia, and you're watching Welcome Home Doggy. My journey began when my mom passed away unexpectedly. We've always grown up having animals. Although she was allergic to dogs, we've always had dogs and cats. And that's where my love for animals began. So after my mom passed away, I decided to do something I loved. I needed to work with animals and find a place that was right for me. I was a front desk agent at a hotel for many years, thinking that I would continue in the hospitality industry. But that's when I realized life was too short and I needed to do something that I loved after losing her. So I started out at Banfield at the front desk, but just only interacting with the fur babies by putting them in a cage, that just was not for me. So that's when I transitioned to the grooming department, which I loved. Took a major pay cut, became a bather, and started the grooming thing from there. I started to learn grooming off of YouTube. I also practiced on friends and family's dogs because at the time I didn't have my own to practice, but I was able to get my training from those outlets. My passion and strong beliefs became a reality when I started learning how to groom. It helped me to open up a shop by just being able to groom all type of dogs, being able to have people relaxed, to be comfortable to drop their dogs off to me. I had a live workspace as I started off, and I had a friend that told me about this nice little trendy area of Virginia Highlands, and I was able to find this nice little location where I can have a cage-free dog spa. Jazzy Paws was a bit of a struggle getting started. The struggles with getting Jazzy Paws set up, like I said, I was just learning grooming. I didn't know the area. I didn't have any clients. I was coming from a hospitality background. Just to try to gain the respect, the trust of the local community was a struggle, while also trying to build my business. I was working in nightclubs. So just going from waking up, grooming, going to a nighttime job, doing this at least 4 to 5 times out the week, not having employees. It was just myself and my husband trying to get Jazzy Paws a well-known name. Was kind of draining, but because grooming being my passion, I decided that I'm gonna keep going and strive for greatness. The dogs are the reason why I do it. Their personalities are just from sweet, we have some sweet, we have some sour, but they just make it worth everything. They're just everything. We have some fur babies that aren't morning fur babies, so they can act like they're like people. They're like, to me, fur babies are like children. So they cannot have a good morning where they just don't want to be here, and then, you know, after their spa groom, they're back fine and want to play and want treats. We do have some that are just always so happy-go-lucky. It's just a range of personalities that come into the shop and that we appreciate, and just every day to not know what to expect is something to look forward to. So health and nutrition is very important for a dog's coat. They do need protein, so just always ensure that they have protein in their diet. Just be careful of the products that you do feed, whether you feed raw or in-store products, canned or dry dog food. Just make sure that it has that protein. Maybe get allergy tests, because some fur babies, they can be allergic to chicken or to peanut butter. And at that time, your dog has experienced itchiness, dryness, ear infections, skin infections. All of that can actually be a cause of health and nutrition. So also, a groomer can help pet parents at times to be able to notify them if they see like ear infections or possible skin infections, but groomers should never actually say that what they think it might be. Just refer them to a veterinarian. So as you all know, that there are many breeds and they have different temperaments. So there are dogs that you can have a pit bull that can be as sweet as pie. You can have a golden doodle that can be like the devil. So it's not about, some people, they have this thing as far as there are aggressive breeds. To me, any dog can be aggressive. For instance, I had a peekapoo. Her name was Princess. And when people would walk up to me, she would get aggressive. She was the sweetest dog ever, but her mommy, she was a protector. So we do understand that fur babies can be protectors, and at times that's why they may seem a little aggressive. One of the challenges that we have with temperaments of some breeds is some just don't like to be groomed. Say for instance, a husky loves to talk, howls, and then we may have a pit bull that's just gotten rescued, never been groomed. So you have to try to get them comfortable with the whole grooming process. We have some fur babies that don't like to be groomed in the morning time, but they do well in the afternoon time when they're wide awake and full of life. Fur babies' temperaments, people have the misconception that certain breeds are aggressive, more aggressive than others, but we've had cases where you might have a golden doodle that's aggressive towards people and fur babies, while we have a cane corso that's as sweet as pie. So it's kind of difficult when you have different breeds and the misconceptions of how they might be aggressive or how they supposedly are family dogs. So you just have to take time with them and just see, because no matter what breed, anyone can have a good temperament and anyone can have a bad temperament. Okay, so the big M, matting. Matting is when the dog's hair is compacted together, or you can say is tangled. Matting can be caused by not brushing thoroughly. It can be caused by if you let your dog get wet and don't brush them and the hair is just tangling, and therefore we must shave the fur babies. So with that being said, a lot of people also have that misconception that the groomer is being lazy by shaving their dogs. However, it's just for the safety of the coat and also the dog's skin. The blade, it has teeth, so therefore we have to ensure that the blade goes underneath that mat to try not to nick the dog or cause any type of issue for his coat. So some people don't like that, so they just leave with a matted dog. Matting also, it causes the dog to feel heavy. It can cause blood restriction, causing hematomas, resulting in the dog having to go to the vet to try to get the blood flow to actually cease, because it's all built up in the ears and then it just is released. And of course, the groomer is the cause. Well, pet parents say that the groomer is the cause, but it's because of the pelted ear. And with something being pelted means that it was so compacted to the skin that by the time it was released, that's when the blood started flowing again. So matting is a serious issue, especially wintertime, because everyone wants their dogs to continue to stay fluffy. And then when it's springtime, now it's time to be groomed, and there's nothing the groomer can do other than to shave the fur baby. Daily care is important. Just to ensure, maybe have some daily wipes on hand. I wouldn't recommend to bathe the fur baby daily because their pH balance isn't the same as ours. Therefore, their skin can be dried out, causing a serious health issue. Dried out, flaking, itchiness, that sort of thing if you wash them daily. So a hypoallergenic wipe can help if you need to wipe the sanitary area or paw pads or between the eyes, something like that. As far as using regular soap and water to bathe your fur baby, the only regular soap I would use would be baby shampoo. Otherwise, use something that has to be strictly for dogs or cats. Because you can cause a serious health issue, again, dryness, irritation, and then a vet bill possibly. My belief that it is important to have a human-animal bond. This is important because the dog will feel more relaxed. The dog and the pet parent will trust you. Growing up, my mom has always instilled the love of animals. She always had pets for us, although she was allergic. And I just feel like if it wasn't for her to show me how to love animals, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And I wouldn't have this passion that I have for them. It's animals come into your life to make you a better person. And people that love animals are really good people, and having that bond with them to help them feel, that they're loved, and just to have them trust you, and just to see how happy that they are when they do see you is just a gift of its own. And I also realize how important having that human-animal bond is by having my own 2 fur babies, Jules and Prince. I just think about when I groom people's fur babies, I love them all. Like, I imagine as if this was Jules or Prince on this table, how I would want them to be treated. Our slogan is, where your pet is treated like family, and I expect every fur baby that walks through here to be treated like if they were my own. Jules and Prince, they show me a lot as far as how, they're just little personalities. Like, if they don't like something, then I'm not gonna do it. So if I have somebody's fur baby on the table, then they don't like the nails to be done, I'll try it. If I talk to them and there's nothing, they're just getting more upset, then I'll just have to notify the pet parent and let them know that's something that we couldn't do, and possibly the vet will have to do it, because I don't wanna have the fur baby to mistrust me or feel like I'm doing something mean to them and they just aren't excited to be here. We do have some that shake at the door, and we have to try to help them to come inside, but they always at the end always leave happy, and the pet parents are happy too. My training I have training and certification that I continue till this day. I've actually just been trained in Massachusetts to learn a different version of how to do Brazilian techniques. So I've also been trained in Thailand and also South Korea to see the Asian aspect of symmetry and the roundness of faces as well, along with local grooming seminars. Continued education is very important. You can never just think that you know everything. Till this day, I have people telling me that I'm a great groomer and everything's perfect, but I still feel like I can learn something. I still learn every day and still willing to learn. Grooming is an art form. Groomers are artists and the fur babies are the canvases. So we have people that show us pictures. We do let them know that we'll try to get as close as possible, because again, grooming is art. So therefore, this groomer, no matter if I train this groomer or we've learned together, their outcome, their result of a groom is not going to be the same result as my groom. So just like I write with my right hand, Another person may write with their right hand. If we write down the same thing, it's gonna say the same, but it's not going to be exactly written the same. So grooming is the same as that. So we just like to, as far as grooming, I like to look at the fur baby as my canvas, and just to know that I'm gonna make them more beautiful than what they are, and then to see the result is just amazing. Grooming is definitely my dream job. I'm so thankful. I thank God every day for giving me these hands, for giving me this passion, and just for gifting me with Jazzy Paws. So in the next 2 years, I'm hoping to franchise Jazzy Paws. I'm also hoping within the next year to start classes for people that want to learn how to groom. Overall, our personalized touch, our artistic vision, love, and a cage-free environment is what grooming is about at Jazzy Paws.